Hey guys, welcome back in. Gonna continue some more abandoned Permadeath. So I think I will take a quick run down to that lush planet. Just kind of poke around a little bit. I'm still looking for like multi-tools and stuff, so crash ships. Speaking of multi-tools, I do have a couple on me that I should probably get rid of. Okay, so we did get that A-class Royal. I might do something with that. Let's see what else. I don't think any of these were that I just robbed stuff out of. And what was this one? Okay, yeah, these are two of them I just picked up to scrap. So, alright, okay, so I do have extra indium now. Stick that down here for now. Take a quick look inside of this. See if we have a hazardous flora. Yep, nothing good in here. Alright. So yeah, run back down. Check this out. Pretty sure there's a glitch planet in one of these. Maybe take a swing by there. I don't think there'd be any wildlife there, but I've been meaning to check. See if there is. If there is, that could be some easy nanites. Swing out here and check these other planets. Barren, there's nothing I need there. Actually, do I have... I don't have very much tritium. Just grab this quick. See if any of these are tritium. Silver. I think we'll just fly down here a little bit. Kind of poke around a little bit, and then check that glitch planet on the way out. Get down here, switch over to third person. Buildings are alright. Looks like we have waypoint. That'll point us over to a minor settlement. I just want to do just a bunch of running around, see if I just dig up more resources. I'd like to hopefully find another traveler grave. That would be really nice. Buried cache way over there. Now let's just take a run up there, see what's going on up there. Actually, before I get ahead of myself, let's get this planet uploaded, and let's get this system renamed. this one's going to be Y40. I already scanned quite a bit here, but there's always seems to be something else that I haven't scanned. Actually, I didn't get any underground stuff. Anything down here? Vortex cubes. Looks like there might be a few different berry caches in this area. And grab that. I didn't see. Oh, there's one right there. Cave marrow. Looks like there's going to be a few more berry caches somewhat close. Alright, a launch thruster. One over there. There's any that are on this side before I head over. Got one right there too. All I'm trying to do is make like a big circle around my ship. Picking things up. Alright, another hyperdrive. Let's get this fresh. I'll gladly take those storage augmentations. I'm sure I saw another. It's an abandoned crate. Anything over here? Doesn't really look like it. Actually, we'll check that buried tech. Quick. Also, maybe there'd be a damaged machinery here. Alright, I'm just gonna head back and go somewhere else. Dude, let's toss down our Exocraft too, so it can push my ship. We did actually get some pretty good stuff just in that little run. Plus, it gave my ship a few minutes to recharge the launch thruster too. Alright, man, that rock. I didn't think I already scanned that. Alright, we do have buried cat over here. I'm not really seeing much damaged machinery on this planet. So you can run around like this. You just have to be mindful of how much jetpack charge you have. You don't want to be, you know, running around like a complete idiot when you do this, because you will pay for it eventually. I know I've actually gotten really lucky a few times this run, because you know, you probably won't die from fall damage, but you will definitely break technology. I've definitely taken some close calls. Let's toss this down. Delete that. Alright, scan for a drop pod. So that thing is locked in, and I also want to transfer this indium. So I'm running around with it in my exosuit. Let's go see what this abandoned building is. Or this unknown building, rather. They're all pretty much abandoned buildings. Looks like we have a factory. And let me check something real quick. I'm at 100%. Just gonna call in my ship. I want to see if that used. Whoa, used it. Alright, yep, it didn't use any fuel. I try to keep an eye on stuff like that, because I'm never sure if it actually costs me anything when I do it. I did. Let's take a run in here. I want to watch out for any plants that might be in the ceiling. Sometimes I put them right over the door too. Alright. So loot all this stuff. I don't know why I'm still picking up these red crates. It's out of habit more than anything. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright. I'm gonna cut the wires. I think that's good. Alright, good. So we're gonna learn a new recipe. What do I need for this? I need acid and unstable jelly. See, I don't really need this money stuff. So I'm just gonna go for I'll go for the Atlas Pass, I guess. I will need emerald to build that. Alright, at least that's done. I'll run over and check this out real quick. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this planet, mainly because I'm not seeing hardly any damaged machinery, and that's really what I'm after, you know, when I'm out exploring like this. I'm kind of souring on it. Plus, I'm not sure what type of exotic items here either. Is that a buried cache? Abandoned crate. Yeah, I wish they would give, alright, so we do have one over here. I wish they would give buried caches a different icon. There's always a ton of abandoned crates. Alright, rid of that. Alright, you have another damaged machinery, go for that one first. Actually, what do I have for dihydrogen also? I've been meaning to check that. Okay, so I can use a little bit more of that. Oh, we got another cold module. Still don't have a hot module though. So have I haven't even used that. Toss that. Got a building over here. Minor settlement. Got another building. Alright, so got a few different places to look. Jettison pod. Alright, so seeing what else we have. So we'll go to that building and then hopefully you'll be able to see that one as well. Actually, let's go to that closer one first. Wow, it's amazing. I can't see squat sometimes when I exit these holes. Alright, we'll hit that one first and then go east after. It's a lot easier to do when you're on flat ground. Alright. Another building. So, alright, off that way. Jump in here real quick. Nothing to see. Another one of these that I can't interact with. See, I can walk right through them, so they're not actually here, not actually registering as an item. Hopefully they get that thing fixed somewhat soon. Let's do this. And what is this? Storm coming in. These I can't open. I don't know why they put out these updates and then they don't fix stuff that it breaks. They just fix stuff dealing with the new content. Alright. Well, what are we gonna have here? So we're gonna have 2170. That's just gonna send me to something that I probably don't care about. Unless it's a ship. Yeah, signal. on a different planet. Awesome. Alright, get our stuff refilled here, and actually let's... Oh, I got an A-class hyperdrive out of that. Alright, so that's not bad. Something... Oh, I've already got something in here. Sodium nitrate, let's get that filled. And... got some curious stuff, or living slime. Let's get that going. Get that going, and we'll take a run out and grab those eggs. Let me just recharge this real quick. Let's grab that one. Wash the egg back there. See if I can get this one. See any there. Alright, slide over here real quick. Alright, so got two more. One here somewhere. Yep, right there. Pick it up. That's kind of why you want to make sure you have a little bit of a jetpack charge if you get bumped like that. Grab this one. Head back inside. Oh, too bad. That's getting done. Yeah, I need to try to keep up a little bit on these eggs, because I keep kind of running past them. Install that. Actually, let's just leave two of those installed for right now, just in case I end up on an extreme cold planet. That might help me out. Get these eggs going. And I could just start refining all this salvage data too, but I think I'm going to challenge myself to unlock everything, all the building parts. So I think I might add that into like the harder version of this challenge. So you have to unlock all the building parts except for storage containers, because you can't use those for anything. So let's move that down here. I gotta remember to use up this Exosuit expansion. What do we have for ferrite? It does. Okay. Alright, so I gotta head out here. See if there's anything close to me. That's that unknown building over there. Actually, I want to look east for that, don't I? Which actually it would be that one. Alright, let's see if there's buried tech over there. Buried cache. Okay, so there's really not much. Oh, I do have machinery. We'll grab this. one. Come on. Hey, that sometimes you go to use the interact thing and it just doesn't want to interact. I only have another one down here. Eventually I'm going to make it to that other building. You know what, yeah, I am going to take that. I just want to make up some metal plating. Alright, let's get that going. And make up more of this. Go back east. Over this way. We actually came down from that direction. You can see that building yet. Too far away. There's that unknown building. So, see what that is. Actually, get this switched out too. So it's nothing but a beacon. I can't interact with this. Yeah, see, I can walk right through these. There. Still looking around for the exotic item here. Alright, we're gonna grab this buried cache first and then circle back around. Ooh. Yeah, let's go for it. It's not as straight down as I thought it was. I've been having some pretty good luck with these things, so... And I can grab some of this. A couple of these are pretty close. Racing car. Run down here, show up a little bit easier. One there. One over here too. Be like right here. Yeah, sometimes I like to see if I can pick them up without actually marking them. How much dioxide did I get out of that? Or dihydrogen rather. Alright, so I do have a little bit extra. Alright, so let's make up another one of those. Actually, I'm just gonna throw that away for now. I can always refine that stuff into tritium too, I believe. Another one. Alright, another exosuit, good. Let's just crack these open real quick. That was condensed carbon, I believe. And some more silver. I'm just gonna throw that silver away. So I'm not really seeing anything over here. Alright, what's our ship at? We're at 100% still. I want to see how much it's going to cost to bring this over. Yeah, I like to know this stuff before I start running around. Okay, that cost me nothing, which seems weird. I know I have a drop pod marked. We'll head over to that drop pod. And I also want to make sure I stop by that minor settlement. Because if I run into another waypoint while I'm out here exploring, it's going to keep sending me to that same minor settlement. So I want to make sure I clear that out just before I find another waypoint. We'll grab this drop pod real quick, then head for that minor settlement. I'm not going to bother scanning for a drop pod over here, because I might end up doing a reload, because I am going to try to do something with my, with that hyperdrive mod I have. I'm going to show you guys something that you can do to hopefully get a better result on your mod. So grab this, yeah, grab that, there we go. Upgrade that. See, you used to be able to interact with these again if you had these exosuit expansions. You used to be able to upgrade them right here, but they changed it so you can only do it at the space station or the anomaly. Let me check my Exocraft too. Okay. I wanted to see if I could make more jelly, but don't need to. Kind of sweep around this area real quick. I'm not gonna bother with like the berry tech right now unless I see damaged machinery, so there's nothing here. So we're just going to head over to that minor settlement. The water's nice and blue here. Nice water. That's going to be pretty far away, so... Get these little outbuildings out of the way first. Alright, I see a damaged machinery in the distance. Actually, there's a building over here too. That might be a transmission. Can't really tell. So we might end up being over here for a little bit. Another invisible one. All right. Run in here and see what we've got. A rifle. C-class rifle. That thing's bad, so I'm just going to ignore that thing completely. You do have to be careful of these back rooms sometimes because they will have the hazardous plant in them, like that. Okay, and this is an abandoned terminal as well, so I should be able to get some nanites out of here. These are always good to hit because you get a good amount of nanites out of them. It's typically like around 100 or so. $129 free nanites, so worth checking them. Alright, I think I've got some more of this. Let's grab that and toss some more in. I'm constantly deleting this silicate powder. This is one thing I don't like is when I go into my inventory again. Okay, it's actually up here. Half the time it's way the heck down here, you know, except this roll up. Start piling this stuff in my ship again. Check this terminal. Okay, how many slots do I need? So I still need 38 slots. Well, 18 I have 21. I'm gonna grab some of these. Grab 18 of those. And what about my dioxide? Grab 135 of that. Not gonna be enough in here though. Grab all of that. my roamer. So stick this stuff right in my roamer. So that should be most of the carbon nanotubes I'm going to need to finish up my drop pods. Rip this stuff out. And just in there. See if I can grab some eggs real quick. See, these buildings are a little bit weird because they're so long. Trying to take note of where all the nests are. We're going to have 3 on each side by the looks of it. Sometimes you'll end up with like a patch here and another patch over here. Oh, yep, there's some right here. So there must be 8 of them here. Running here. Refill life support. And just wait for that hazard to come back up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop an egg on this side and then take off that way. Grab both of those. Oh, they got over here too quick. If you don't pick them up quick, they tend to sink into the ground. And we got 4 eggs here. Not going to be able to get all of those. Yeah, I missed out on them. I got greedy. We'll run in here because our hazard protection. Alright, yeah. Get these out. Start piling those in. Yeah, I think I lost like 2 or 3 eggs out there. I got greedy and tried to pick up, you know, like 4 of them at once. Alright, so we do have a couple over there. A couple over there, so the ones in front are done. Alright, so they're spread out. We got one nest, a nest on the end. I think these are 1 apiece, too. Right. This one. See, sometimes you can't see these nests because they kind of blend in. Alright, we got 2 right here. Actually, we've got 3 right here. I missed like this whole nest. Just jump up here real quick. There's still 1 over here. Oh, actually, you got 2 of them there. Alright. Get away from them. Yeah, sometimes you can find these eggs on airless worlds, and you can just run around and fill your inventory with them really quickly. Because the monstrosities have a hard time kind of running around on airless worlds, because you can evade them so quickly. So you can just jump from egg to egg really quickly. Just take like 15, 20 minutes, just completely fill your inventory with them. Alright, so let's throw that out. Actually, let's get rid of this sodium. And I'm gonna try to do something with my those shift mods I have. See if I can influence what I get for a mod. So we're gonna run out here. I'm gonna just make a save. Alright, and I want to see what I can get for a value on this. I'm gonna install it here. Alright, so we got 170, which actually isn't bad. What's this one? 199. Okay, so we have 170. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a reload. Reload restore point. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to install that mod again, but go one step higher. Like, I'm going to install one of those green mods and then install that hyperdrive mod again, just to see if I get a higher value. Yeah, because they're not determined until you actually install it. So, and of course it's like a RNG factor, so you're just trying to play the game a little bit with RNG. And at the same time, I'm hoping this stream doesn't crash, because I've had a couple things crash before, and it's been when I'm reloading, so I'm trying to keep an eye on the computer monitor at the same time. Alright, looks like we're good. Alright, we are going to install this other hyperdrive first. Now the last one was 170 light years. Alright, this one it's still 170 light years. Alright, so it didn't matter. So I'm just gonna get rid of that one. And whichever one of these is the lowest. 22, 19, alright, so let's get rid of that one. And see if this is any good. 6%, 9%, 7. Okay, oh, that's efficient thruster, that's why. Alright, so all of these are fine. I wish they had higher values. Move this one over and this one here. Yeah, I never use these things, but in this mode it actually is kind of nice. Alright, yeah, typically if you install, you know, one of those other mods first, it can influence what you're gonna get. For some reason I didn't that time, so it may have influenced what I get for a value on this launch. That launch one, though. This could have either gone up or down. So, alright. Actually, I just. Oh, and when I did a reload, I have a different multi-tool also. That's how you can kind of check these cabinets too. Like if you find an A-class cabinet, you find a multi-tool you don't like, do a reload. And that multi-tool may change. If not, what you can do is fly to another planet, do a save, reload your save, come back to this cabinet, and the multi-tool will change. So you can do that for all the planets. And the same thing works in the space station as well. So that's how people find, you know, these really nice S-class multi-tools sometimes. Alright, there's a couple things I want to sell off. I'm not gonna need that unstable gel. I think that was it. Let me check my ship also. Alright, got extra of that. I think I'm just gonna sell that chromatic metal that's in my ship. I've already got way too much of that. Of course, I'll be saying something different eventually. It seems like I'm always running out of that stuff. Either I have a ton of it or I don't have hardly any. So just go sell 64. And my iron looms, I'm just going to sell off a couple of those. Alright, see if there's any other stuff. I've been holding on to this lemming just in case I need a bunch of gold real quick. Actually, I should see if there's any auronium. Nope. Actually, check my microprocessors also. Alright, I can use one of those. I'm trying to keep like a stack of like everything, so grab one more microprocessor. Which, actually, let's just buy a carbon nanotube. So I should be able to just craft another one of those. And actually, let's craft a bunch of these. Do another one. And I might as well pull this over. I can open up a little bit of room in there. And actually, can I just toss that right in there? There we go. Okay. And what am I carrying here? That's my ship. We're up to 3,000 nanites. Alright. Is there actually anything I can install here? Nope. See, I don't know why, like, I haven't gotten a single shield module this entire time. Which is really weird. Alright, we're just gonna do a quick save. Because I know there's a damaged machinery over there to grab. And actually, I just did a reload. I wonder if I'll be able to pick up this berry technology now. I wonder if that will fix that. Yep, now I can pick it up. So maybe just doing a reload when you end up with an issue with those, maybe that's the workaround to it. It's almost like the seed for it shifts a little bit. That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe that seed just shifts just slightly. And it throws off, you know, where you interact or something. I'm not sure what that is. I think that's a factory. Actually, I should just start gathering that so I can sell it. Yeah, the game knows I can't use launch fuel, so it keeps giving me launch fuel. Let's grab that damaged machinery up there. actually get another damage machine. Yeah, I can't pass these things up because I really need to get a hot weather module. And hopefully a shield module at some point. I need to check online and see if the shield modules even drop in this mode. I'm pretty sure they do, but maybe it's just RNG kind of screwing me. Grab that. Alright, now make my way down, hopefully. Go right down to that one. Yeah, I was hoping there'd be a damaged machinery down here with it. Looks like there's one over here. Oh no, that's one of those plants. Alright, you got another building over there too. Oh, that must be the one I'm heading towards. For some reason I thought the building I was heading towards was over here. Oh, it's a minor settlement. No, there's definitely another building here. Oh, maybe not. I thought there was something right in between the two of these. Doesn't look like it though. Yeah, you see now the damaged machinery shows up. But yeah, the scan range is shorter on damaged machinery. Alright, this one I can't pick up, it's invisible. So if I did a reload, I could probably get here and pick it up. I'm not too worried about it though. Already getting quite a bit of the stuff in here. Salvage data rather. Get to that. Alright, and I'm just going to call in my ship. What do we have this time? Another C class. Actually, what was in that? Oh, just a boltcaster. But again, this is a abandoned building. So I should have a terminal back here and plant right there. See, after a while, you just kind of learn where these plants are. They can be tricky though. Throw that stuff on the ground. We'll get a bunch of nanites out of this. Alright, I think I have some of that to refine. Run around, grab some eggs. Get 2 of them. There we go. Yeah, I try not to get more than 2 at a time. Just because it's harder to pick them up. 3 that time. guys just trying to get a little too close to me. I'm gonna get a hit here. Alright, so quite a few of them there pretty quick. I noticed my life support was getting kind of low. Throw that away. Oh, instead of it. Oh, I wanted to make a microprocessor, that's right. I was wondering why I had that extra carbon nanotube. Just fly out here real quick. We still have a lot of eggs here. Sometimes the stuff just blends in so well. That was a hard hit on that, right? Alright, so we got a few more. Yeah, these are falling through the ground really quick. I don't know what's going on with that. Give my shield a second to recharge here. Start to recharge. It takes forever sometimes. So we got one over there. There we go, now it's charging. Only one egg left. That opened up a hole for them there. I'm pretty sure it should be all of them. Yeah. Alright, now I do have a sentinel over here, so I'm gonna go kill him off. Try and get some glass out of him. I don't want to get to the third wave because that has a quad servo, which I don't really want to deal with. Got these little guys first. The collars mainly. Those collars out of the way first. Got another healer. This stuff. And what we want to do is just avoid the quad servo. So we're going to go hide in here. I think I got all the combat supplies. Yeah, those quad servos, they don't mess around. They'll break your stuff quick. But you do have to be a little bit mindful because sometimes they can shoot through buildings. You know, when the game decides they can. So, in this phase, I always just kind of wait for them to despawn. Now, the bad thing is, if I go to fly somewhere else, and I kill a sentinel, it'll, like, automatically go to a 3-star, so there'll be a quad servo. Or a, you know, a quad, one of the dogs, whatever the hell they call them. Alright, so let's rip this out of here. Oh, get that converted. Free living slime isn't gonna help. Trying to use up this little tiny bit of oxygen. Shit. Let's sell all of that. Actually, let's see if we have. Okay, we do have computers here. Actually, let's see. Alright, I already have a full stack of them, so I won't do that. Sell off that fuel. Way down the bottom. This stuff sells for like next to nothing. It's crazy. It costs a fortune to buy it, but it doesn't sell for much of anything. Is one thing I don't like about this inventory system is when you go and you pick up something new, it puts it up towards the top of your inventory. But when you go in to refine things, it reads from the bottom to the top. They changed something, they changed it, I don't even know how long ago, but it's super annoying. Just one of the little things that it's just an annoyance. I don't know why they would do something like that. It's out of nowhere too. It's not like they sent out a blog post or something like every other studio would do. They make changes like that and they don't let people know. Alright, so that one's no good. Alright, so I can sell off the wiring, but I want to hold on to that one. Sell that one. Wait, I have more pugnium in here? Oh yeah, I do. Get rid of that. Alright, so I'm gonna bring in my Exocraft. Alright, and this in there. And this carbon nanotube I bought to make another thing. I took it out of that inventory, not the inventory I wanted it to. Alright, and open that up. Get out of that. Another lemming. Where am I even? Okay, there it is. Okay. See if there's anything around here. Pick up. Yeah, like if I go... Oh, that's gonna be one of the healers anyway. Yeah, if I attack him, I'll instantly get... one of the quads. Just run down here and grab this. And I still don't know what the exotic item is on this planet. and honestly, I'm tired of looking for it. So I think we're gonna grab one drop pod and take off. At least I was able to get some damaged machinery here. For the longest time, none of it was showing up. We'll do a quick scan for our drop pod. And way over there. Yeah, I want to see if I can find an airless planet, so go check out another system. I do want to swing down to that glitch planet that's in this system, just to see if maybe there is a creature on it. I'm pretty sure there won't be, but I figured might as well take a look. There's a building over there. Buried cache. I'm just looking to see if maybe I can get one of those exotic items to show up, but nope. Alright. Buried cache. I'll see if I can see what the building is while I'm out here. Okay, so yeah, I will go check out this building real quick. Well, actually, that's what, an observatory? Yeah. Actually, I'm not going to bother because it's just going to send me to an alien relic. Now, if I go to attack this guy, you'll see I should get... Actually, I just got a regular spawn there. Maybe it's because I flew pretty far away. Get rid of that healing. You want to try to erase these guys kind of quick. I'm not that great with combat, so that's why I don't do like the higher tier ones. My weapon might be good at times, but my ability to shoot is not so great. So that's where we kind of run off. Yeah, see, I'm on like a 25-second cooldown or search cycle because I already killed a bunch of sentinels. Still trying to look around for that. Oh, get detected. Get this charge. Try to avoid those guys. Alright, 50 words. Alright, we're just gonna head right out. And I'm gonna go check that, that glitch planet. Over here somewhere. One in front of me. Run down there real quick. Typically I would because I have gold and silver on this planet, typically I would put down a base to make a platinum farm, but I can't do it in this mode, so while on this challenge. So that's always something good to try to find, because you don't need platinum very often, but when you do need it, it can be kind of a pain to find. So I'm just gonna touch down here real quick. And take a quick look. Yep, no fauna. I didn't think there would be, but there'll be some quick scans to grab. And might as well blast one of these guys. I'm not even going to bother fighting them off. So take off. Grab a scan. Up here, see if there's anything. Not much of anything on these planets, so. Alright, I think we're done. We'll head over to a new system. Jump right in here. And nothing out of that. Alright, got some dirty bronze. Actually, let me look at that dirty bronze real quick, because I'm not sure what that gives me. I think it's gold, but I can never keep these things straight. So that one's silver. Alright, I got plenty of silver. But I will hold on to this dirty bronze for now. Just flip the order. Yeah, what I like to do is keep like 3 of, you know, 3 of each. Okay, if I can find, what's it, geodesite and, iridesite will give me platinum. I like to keep like 3 of each of those on hand, just in case I need some of that really quick. Alright, what do we have? Reload damage with garbage. Throw that away. Just toss that in my ship. That refining. Alright, throw that away. And just change my display around. Because I don't think there's anything else I want in the system. So we're just going to head right out. Man, that is loud. Let me bring that down. I always notice that about these interceptors, and I always forget to adjust my volume. Alright. We're going to try to continue towards the center somewhat, now that it really matters. So I'm going to end up taking a portal anyway. Alright, let's see what this is. Okay. Yeah, I want to go to a system with like 6 planets. Preferably Viking. You know, like 5-6 planets. But what I'll do is I'll go in, I'll hit the space station, and then the anomaly. If I can get those backpack slots out of the way, then I'll go run around, see what else is in the system. Alright. So, what's this? Stable. one might be airless or frozen. Alright, frozen. Alright, so there's really nothing for me to see here, so we're just gonna go. Actually, let me check my 75%. Okay. I'm trying to kind of judge how much fuel I'm using with some of this stuff. Oops. No, actually, I think I have a crash ship to get rid of too, don't I? Yeah, we have that little shuttle. So we'll go scrap that. We may get a, nope, I was gonna say I might get a storage augmentation, but no go. Just check these real quick. Alright, got a 14%, a 14. Alright, we're gonna, get rid of the C-class one. Because it keeps throwing me off. Because 14% I think is like a maximum value on a B-class version. Alright, what do we have here? Boost in efficiency, get rid of that one. I'm looking for mobility. And let me just put all this into my exosuit. And run that off. And I don't think I have any use for uranium anymore, so not right now anyway. I was keeping some of it to install a the shotgun, but I'm probably not going to bother using it. Alright, we got some acid, which actually is one thing that I will need for the living glass. If I look at my living glass now, my recipe, crafting step. I thought I needed. I thought I needed acid for one of these. Glass. No, I don't. Alright, so I can just sell the acid then. Oh, I had to unlock acid to begin the crafting steps. That's right. So we're going to buy this slot. And then I have a couple. Actually, let me open this one. Alright, got a ship augmentation. Alright, so we're just going to use got two of those. So I'm just going to use them down bottom. Alright. Actually, I'll just use up augmentation in here. I have two of them, so upgrade that. I probably should have put those in the tech slots, but that's alright. Cargo is kind of more important right now, so. Alright, let's sell off a bunch of stuff here. We're gonna get rid of that. So I am actually going to sell off quite a bit of this, actually. I don't want to sell all of it, so I'll sell off 385. I just have way too much of it, and I keep getting it from breaking down mods. Alright, I'll leave me with 600. Alright, let's toss that in. It's going to be garbage, so we'll get rid of it. Alright, and go over to my ship inventory, sell it over there. Alright, we got extra silver. Alright, actually get rid of that acid. What am I looking for in here? There it is. Sub off that 75. See, I wish you could like split your stack size in here or something, so you can get closer to the target number you want to sell. Actually, sell off 3 of those. Alright. Grab that. Oh, is there anything I can buy here? What are we at on platinum? Alright, we're good on platinum. So there's nothing in there. We'll head over to the anomaly and probably just take right off actually, because I'll get to the next system. I'm only looking. There's nothing in the system I'm interested in at all. So we'll just bring this in real quick and then go right on to the next system. Actually, were any of these extreme planets? I don't think they were. I could use some, okay, yeah, but that's got aggressive sentinels, so I'm not going to bother messing with that. Okay, yeah, none of these are extreme planets. I would like to find a extreme planet to grab just some storm crystals on, just to make up hyper cores. We'll get in here, get our backpack slot, maybe just use up the salvage data we have too, and go from there. Okay, and actually before I leave here, alright, so I can rename this. So that way get some mana. So actually I want to do an upload all also. I don't think I have anything to rename. Just make sure. Y40. Alright. Breed nanites and do an upload all. Okay, so I didn't have too many discoveries. Alright, and just check this quickly too, because I'm still looking for a living glass. Nothing there. Alright, we do have eliminate hazardous flora. So let's initialize this. Now I want to see if this sends me back to that same planet again. Hopefully it's a different planet. If it is, I'm just going to return to the anomaly and get rid of... Actually, I could probably run down and do it. It's on a really stormy planet though. A hot planet too. Let's see where it sends me. I think this is different. Okay, so this is a different planet. Different system, rather. So what planet do they want to send me to? Whatever it is, there's a storm going on. Okay, ultramarine, so this one might not be too bad. We'll get down there. Actually, I should be in this screen when I'm doing that. Get that charged up. I'm not going to actually do the mission, I'm just going to go drop down a base computer. Yeah, at least it's sending me to a different planet, because I've tried to do one of these and it keeps sending me to the same planet. So charge that. And it's going to give me an approximate location. I have no idea what I'm going to get down here, so actually let me go into photo mode real quick, make it daytime so I can see a little bit. I just don't know what type of like mega flora or whatever I'm going to run into. I don't want to crash into a bunch of things. Alright, let's see what our target is. Our target's 1,300 units away, so... Alright, so we got those giant spires here. That's what I want to avoid doing. Running into stuff. So we're a couple hundred units away. Alright, we're 80 units, 70, so we should be pretty close. Let's go and land. Now this is going to be a hot storm, I'm sure. Alright, target sweep. Alright, there's our grave right there. We're going to recharge this real quick. See if I can put down a base computer. Alright, and just give this a... I'm gonna just pick that up. I'm gonna put down a marker. Do a save. What we're gonna do is just kind of fly away from that. Yeah, they made it so you can't build like right where the grave is. You have to be a little ways away, probably 300 or so units. Oh, I'm over water. So I'll head back towards my marker, get inland a little bit. Wonder if this extreme storm's ever gonna stop. Alright. Put it down here. There we go. We're going to rename this just so I can keep these things straight. Grave 2. Leave. Alright, and we're not even going to bother doing the mission, we're just going to head back to the anomaly. I know I already have 2 graves done, but I should have renamed that grave 3, but it's not going to matter because eventually I'm just going to teleport down to them and delete them. So. Alright. We just hop out and abort that mission. Alright. If there's anything else that's new here, and there isn't. Yeah, if I go to do that mission again, it's just going to send me to the same planet, so it's not worth trying to do 2 of them at once. I'll go over here, grab my backpack slot. Like right now, I'm going to be in that same system, so I can grab a backpack slot here. And when I return to the system I was just in, I can grab another slot. Actually, I could have gone over the space station. Actually, yeah, it's going to send me back to the... If I had gone to the space station before going down to that planet, I could have gotten a backpack slot there as well. But that's alright. Get this one. You know what, let's just go down and get that grave right now. Actually, no. I want to get back to my original system first. Because I can go down to that grave anytime. They should slingshot me back to my original system. Yeah, that's one thing I try to remember when I do these Nexus missions, is to hit the space station before going down to the planet. Just stupid little ways you can get advantages. So we're gonna end up in that system we were just in. And now what I want to do is, I don't even have to bother with the anomaly, I can just use the space station. It may have been faster to go to the anomaly. Actually, I'm not going to bother. Actually, I just thought of something. Get out of here. Let me just warp to a new system. And still try to make our way towards the center. Good enough. Well, here as far as I can. Jump range. Alright, and I want to try to stick with Viking. That looks like a large enough system, so we'll go there. Yeah, I have to kind of keep an eye on my pulse drive fuel. So every now and then I do want to... Alright, that looks like it might be airless. Either that or it's frozen. Alright, we do have an airless planet. So now we have to find one with curious deposits on it. So, alright, we got a Forsaken. So, alright, so this is looking pretty good right now. Got a Reeking. Probably like a hot planet. We'll see what this last planet is. Alright, that looks like another heart now. Could be a toxic. Alright, we got a dust planet. Alright. So, I'm gonna hit the space station first. Alright, so I have a couple different options here, so hopefully one of these will have curious deposits on it. But I can finally build a base. You know, like 27 or so hours in, I still don't have a base built. It is really weird for me. Just having a hard time with RNG more than anything. We'll go to our normal routine. Oh, I should have used some of that salvage data too. Do you want to interact with this? I've got another storage augmentation. I think I'm just going to let those pile up because I don't know if I want to unlock tech or not. I'm still kind of debating that. But we'll grab our backpack slot. Nanites. And nothing to buy in there. See, like I can't use pyrite anymore for my pulse engine. And I don't think I have anything to sell, do I? Just put that down here so I don't get rid of it. Alright. So I'll hit the anomaly. I'll just toss it out here. And actually, I do have some of that technology, so I want to take care of that. Berry technology, use some of that up. What I'll do is just go unlock pretty much all the plants. If I can find a spot for a base, I do want to try to put down a biodome. Get some stuff growing. I'm gonna probably continue up here. Yet we're still at 200,000 apiece. And alright, we got a good amount of data. Alright, so we've got rods, I'll actually just unlock all of these. Should have plenty. Alright, so these, yeah, let's just grab these. And grab the large tray. This other stuff is just decoration. Different roofs. Stone stuff. Alright, so have that door. Why can't I unlock that? Oh, I know. I don't have enough data. just find one more thing to unlock, I guess. Let's grab the cylinder. Alright. I'm gonna just do a quick save before I teleport out of here. I just figured out a way that I can go back and get that exosuit slot that I missed out on. And before I do, go. Alright. I want to get back to this system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teleport, go to your bases, grave 2. Now I want to make sure like my life support and stuff looks alright. Seems fine right now, so because most likely when I teleport in here I'm probably going to have a storm going on. So go to grave 2. When I get in here, I want to head towards that marker. Well, I want to make sure that beacon's actually there before I get too carried away, and it should be, so. It'd be nice if there's no storm going on, but I doubt it. Oh, there is no storm. Good. Alright, so we have our marker right there, so all I'm going to do is come over here and delete the space. That way I don't have to do it later. And you know what? I'm not gonna take my chances, because there is a possibility that space station might not be showing. So I'm not gonna bother trying to go up to the space station. Alright, so we're gonna just land here. Alright, I'm gonna interact with this grave. Extract the glyph. That'll be our third glyph. And make sure I take my beacon with me. Alright. We're just gonna do return to anomaly. That should bring us right back to that system we were just in. See, what I was gonna do is fly up to the space station from here, and then try to teleport back to that space station. But there's a chance that might not show up in my teleport list, so figure I'd just play it safe. I'd only be missing out on one slot anyway. So. Alright, so we have our third glyph. 3 more glyphs and we can take a portal. Or what, 5 more actually. We need to get 8 of them. So we'll run down to one of these planets. Yeah, fly down to one of those. Let's just see what this is. Alright, geology cannon. I'm just going to install that and break it down because that is the last thing I want in my inventory. In my multi-tool, rather. Alright. So, actually, something. I do want to see if I can just find a living class. See if there's a mission in here. Because on Permadeath, I don't do anything combat related when it comes to this stuff. Alright, and no living class, so maybe I just take a quick peek. And we'll run down one of those airless planets and see what we can find. Oh, and I wanted to see how much tritium it took to fill that. And I think I used like all of it, didn't I? I'm not sure how much tritium I had on me. Alright, we're still at 75 on that, so that's actually doing really good. Looking for my pulse, okay. So that wasn't enough, so... Alright, so if anything's going to eat up a bunch of shards, it's going to be my pulse engine. Because I'm not going to keep going and get more tritium, because that stuff's just ridiculous. Once I get a base settled, I can just go back to that barren planet I had way earlier. Because I'm already at a sentinel pillar, so... I can just go down and farm up a ton of radiant shards. The bad thing is I can only stack 3 of them, so... We're gonna go to... Pretty sure this is the Forsaken. Let's just see what the Forsaken looks like. So I have that one. Why didn't it remember these? Okay, that's the Reeking. I know this one is definitely like a regular airless planet. Okay. Let's see what the Forsaken one looks like first. It's got rusted metal, so it should just be an airless planet. Just they give them weird names sometimes, like Forsaken. I'm not sure if that means it's gonna have like megaflora here. Because those can be kind of cool to look at, but they can be a pain to try to get around sometimes. Let's see what we get for the surface. Okay, so we just got really hilly. Yeah, not my favorite type. These are kind of a pain to get around. Let's just see if we can see what the exotic item is. See if we can find a place that's kind of flat. Yeah, these are a pain to get around. Let's just land real quick. Yeah, sometimes you get like giant mushrooms and stuff on these. Alright, you got a bunch of salvageable scrap, so there's that. Let's see if anything pops up. I have no idea what that thing is. All I can think is it must have something to do with Corvettes. Alright, we do have a unknown building. Let's see what the deal is with that. Alright, so we just have one of those stupid things. I'm not going to spend much time looking around this. See if we can find any deposits here. Rusted metal can be something really good, but if you're already on an airless planet, you don't need to make a bunch of ferrite dust. You can just shoot the ground. I'm not going to spend much time here at all. Planets are not fun to try to get around. Even though there's nothing that's going to hurt you here, really, but just trying to get around them is a pain. Cut back down towards our ship. They're a great planet to use oxygen up on. You know, you can get around really quickly, but you really burn through the oxygen. I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fly over towards where that that plaque is, and see if I can get a different building to load in for me. Alright, so we're going west here. See if I can get any buildings to show up. I'll do a few scans. Try to keep headed north. Okay, if I fly over any of those exotic items, it should show up in my HUD as well. You have to be like right on top of them though. I kind of wish you had a clock in your ship, so I don't know if it's actually daytime or not. Yeah, I'm done with this planet already. That's going to be our hut planet. I'm not even going to bother scanning that one because I know that's not it. Here a little bit. I know it's not that planet because there's clouds on it. The planet I'm looking for looks like a frozen planet. So. There it is. Head down there. Yeah, they got to jump off here shortly, so hopefully I can get down here and find whatever the exotic item is. Trying to keep an eye on this thing too. Try to land in the daylight, so... Oh, we got a crash radar right here, so... Might as well just land there. Don't have to worry about recharging our launch thruster. Alright, stick our head out. There are sentinels, but they're normally not an issue. You have to normally go and try to fight them before they'll give you a hard time. Right, don't see anything, but we'll run in and grab what we can out of this. Alright, so we're gonna have slime here, so I will take that. Toss that other crap away. Counterfeit circuits, so I do want to make sure I sell those. Because sentinels will attack you over that. The interceptors, rather. Alright, one more. Alright, Exosuit. Good. Now, I didn't see anything here. Now, I don't know if it's a fact or not, but I've heard that your freighters, your crash freighters will always give you the same thing. So if I wanted to, I could have marked that freighter and always come back and get a Exosuit expansion. Or, you know, all the same stuff I just picked up. It would repeat over time. You know, when they do a reset, like it's every couple weeks or whatever. The same thing with your crash ships. You can claim the same crash ship when the servers, you know, update or whatever. So, but for just an Exosuit slot, it's not worth it. But supposedly you can do that. We're just gonna land here and take a few minutes, run around, see if we can find whatever the exotic item is. Alright, we have fossil beds here. So that'd be a way to make some money. So I'm just going to pick a direction and head right in that direction. Scan around until I can see whatever the exotic item is. And hopefully there'll be curious deposits. Actually, just use my visor real quick. It is... Alright, so it is nighttime, so my thrusters... Okay, they're still at 100, so... Let me say I'll just go for like 10 minutes or whatever. Oh, we got right there. Alright, we have sac venom. So this planet won't work for us. Unfortunate. So at least found that out early, so I'm not even going to bother doing anything on this planet because I don't need it. Let me use up that life support gel though. Let's use that up. And let's refill that. What's in here? Get that going. Try to stay somewhat on top of this stuff. Alright, so we're just going to go to a different system because this one won't work. Now I do have contraband, so I don't want to be lurking too long in space. Kind of make our way towards the center still. Go out as far as we can. And just back off. And let's see. Let's just teleport into here. So I'm going to go to the space station right away because I want to get rid of that so I don't get attacked by interceptors. Like I could always just stick to my Exocraft and I'd be fine. But, so the system isn't looking good so far, unless this is something good, but nope. Alright, that one might be an airless. Alright, we do have an airless planet, so let's try that one out. I want to get rid of this contraband first. I don't want to give them any reason to start attacking me. I'd probably be fine, but I don't want to do combat really in this mode at all. Well, I didn't check to see what this system type was. It is Viking though. So. Oh, and actually, I think this is a green system too. Yeah, I always grab these yellow boxes first because a lot of times you'll get a exosuit expansion out of it. And, you know, I hate to talk to this machine and then have to back out and then go back into it because I have to anyway. Alright, let's, 2 more. Oh yeah, I forgot to use that last one. Yeah, you'll go through and you'll use, you'll pick up your exosuit slot, then you go to pick up another, one of those boxes, and it will give you a exosuit expansion, so you gotta go back into that menu again. Try to cut out how often I do that. Alright, let's go up here. Alright, see if there's anything to buy. I think I do need, oh, no, I need ammonia more than anything. But I will grab that dioxide. Wait, how much did I need? Alright, so I can get 55 phosphorus. Of this. I always go way past the number 2. And we can use 94, I believe, dioxide. I think that was right. Let me just check those. Okay, so I can actually use 2 more dioxide. Just go with a full stack. Nice even numbers, so. Alright. So I want to sell off that contraband. And Exocraft. Alright, and sell off some of those. Alright, so it should be in pretty good shape. Actually, I think I want to hold on to that resonator. I don't think I have a full stack of those yet. So we'll head down towards that airless planet. But before we get there, I want to call in the anomaly. So, actually, let's just get down to the planet first. I just want to see what the exotic item is. Ooh, it's a really hilly one. Let's go to the other side. Yeah, I am kind of picky when it comes to airless planets, so I was hoping it wouldn't be as hilly over here. It's really dark. Alright. See if there's anything to scan. gonna land over here, I guess. See if we can find him. Alright. See if we can find. There we go. Alright, we got curious deposits. Let's go see what this one looks like. Alright, so there's only a few here. Let's see if there's any others that are close by. Nope. So I'm just going to wipe these out quick. Alright, at least I know I can get them here, so I'll run around this planet. I'm going to be jumping off. I'm going to end up calling in the... Alright, and actually we got a good rock already. We got ferrite dust and carbon. So this will be a good planet to just get a ton of resources on. Secondary is oxygen. So what I want to do is just scan all the different rocks here. Because I'll be... getting a lot of different resources here. So we'll have ferrite dust, carbon, and oxygen. If I can find dihydrogen, then it would be an even better planet. So yeah, because you can just mine up this stuff so quick. We got dihydrogen patches, so always get a lot of dihydrogen that way, but sometimes it's nice being able to get them out of rocks too. Alright, we got sodium too. Alright. Alright, so this is going to be a really good planet. Except for the fact that it's hilly as hell, but I can make it work. Alright, so this is going to be good. We just have to find a good thing of curious deposits. Like, you don't need a ton of them either. Like, I just picked up 4 of those balls, and look at all this runaway mold. So, but you get enough refiners going. You set down like 6 or 8 refiners, you can just churn right through this stuff really quick. And I don't really have much upgrades in this thing, but if I just go down here, just give it a few seconds, you know, you can stack up a ton of resources really, really quick. You know, just go for these smaller rocks. The larger ones you don't really need to grab at the small rocks. You know, this a few more seconds. You know, especially in Interceptor, because you can just hover. You know, you can just clear out all this, and now if I look in here, you know, I have all these resources right away, you know. So, and it is a pretty good displacement. If I could find a rock that gave me dihydrogen, I would have even more. But I already picked up a bunch of dihydrogen jelly, so I'm not totally, you know, worried about dihydrogen jelly, but, or dihydrogen rather, but, because you do need a lot of that for refiners, so. And I don't even have like a good weapon on this, so if I had like the infra knife or the shotgun one. Actually, I just did see something that was oh, it might not be able to break that. So this is probably pure ferrite. No, ferrite doesn't sodium. But yeah, you could just get a ton of resources really, really quick. One of the main reasons I always try to find an airless planet as soon as possible. Just because, I mean, I just flew around for, you know, like a minute. and I have all this stuff. So you'll never run out of ferrite dust. Alright, so I should have checked to see if there were more curious deposits near me, but I've got to be jumping off, so I'm going to hit the anomaly, and next stream I'll get down there and start farming up. Well, start looking for curious deposits and hopefully find an oxygen hotspot nearby. Because like with my main base, I'm able to create whatever I want there. I just can't use storage containers, but it'll give me a chance to, you know, get a base established. So we're gonna run up here, grab our backpack slot, and I think that's probably gonna do it. I was thinking about using up salvage data, but I don't think I have any, or if I do, it's very little. Let's just here real quick, see if, okay, I've only got 4. I don't think there's anything I really need right away. Actually, large refiner would be good to get at some point. Problem with that is these cost so much, and you don't really, don't even really need it for anything. Yeah, I'll mess with that later. Alright, let's just grab our backpack slot, do a save, and call it a night. Gonna buy a tech slot. Alright, at least I have something to look forward to tomorrow now. I might try to jump on in the morning for a little bit just to see if I can find curious deposits, but plan on next stream just throwing together a base and you know, get my refiners in place and start making a ton of nanites. So alright guys, I appreciate you guys taking the time to check this out, and I will